But the number one thing when I saw this video, we woke up and this started circulating, and that I wanted to kind of circle back on with regard to our show yesterday. I have absolutely zero. I think that we want to walk back in terms of the conversation that we had. Like, I absolutely still believe that the young guns versus the old guard and the angst about contracts is absolutely a part of this conversation. And Anthony Slater said that to us yesterday, to Bonte and Joe. So I have no doubt that is a piece of this puzzle. But there's one thing that we threw out there that I now no longer agree with. And that is that this falls yet again under the umbrella of, got to take the bad with the good with Draymond. You know this about him. He's a hothead. And a few times a year, you're going to have one of these. Nope, this isn't one of these. This is not getting an ill-timed technical. This is not even screaming at a teammate
like getting thrown out.
Like James Wiseman on the floor. Yeah. This is not a need of LeBron's you-know-whats. That's an opponent in the NBA Finals.
Flail kick to Steven Adams.
This is positively despicable human behavior that cannot happen. I'm not here for what did Jordan say to him to set him off. Forget about that, okay? This is somebody who is flat out in the wrong, and you can't handle this within your workplace or your team or whatever you want to call it, unless Jordan Poole and the other leaders that be find a way to navigate this.
It's Jordan Poole. It's not the other leaders. Jordan Poole would have to be the one to navigate it.
If Jordan and the Warriors want to cut the cord right now, I'd understand.
Well, you're not going to get full value for Draymond Green, and you're not going to be able to trade Draymond Green on October 7th. That's not really the way the NBA works. No other team. This is not trading for Steph Curry. If Steph Curry did what Draymond did and you determined that Steph couldn't be on the team any longer, there'd be 29 teams knocking on your door. Yeah. Draymond Green does not have the same level of suitors out there. There's one team in particular that probably would love to have Draymond right now, today, send him on down to Los Angeles, but that's not the team you want to trade Draymond to.
What do we get back, Russell Westbrook?
So maybe Draymond is there for ring night.
Spin down the Laker
maybe he gets his ring in purple and gold.
Maybe he's in the visiting locker room.
But to me, there are a number of different ways to go about this. There's way one. Yesterday, Steve Kerr and Bob Myers were going to handle it in-house. You can continue to handle this in-house, even though the video's out and the level of outrage is off the charts. Number two, you can suspend Draymond Green for a period of time, and you can discipline Draymond Green. Option three, you can ship Draymond Green or Jordan Poole out of the building. So now they have to decide, do they go with door number one, yesterday's approach, door number two, what I advocate, a 10-game suspension, or door number three, which is one of them has to go.
I would have been fine with whatever suspension they wanted to do before we knew what had happened, because if I'm Jordan Poole, I'm downright offended by the idea that you would now change your discipline, which they've already said there will be no suspension. They've said we're going to handle this in-house. If then the video comes out and you go change your suspension, now if I'm Jordan Poole, what you're saying, Warriors, is, oh, you're out to protect your own PR. You weren't out to protect me.
Did they say yesterday there would be no suspension?
Because
I listened to all the pressers, and I didn't know if they were that definitive that there would be no suspension.
No suspension, and they said they're going to handle the whole thing in-house the same way the Rams said that they were going to handle Aaron Donald. So I just, the whole thing has now put the Warriors in a really, really bad spot if suddenly they want to, change course. Before we go to the phones,
people want to talk about this?
A little bit. We want to also be there for the fan who hasn't had access to the video. So if you have not seen this yet,
TMZ.
First of all, you don't anywhere. Just open up the internet, and if you're a Warrior fan, something's going to pop up where it's there. But the best play-by-play I can do is you've got Jordan Poole about to inbound a ball, or he's underneath. Draymond's kind of over in where you would shoot a corner three. There's clearly some jawing going on, but it's kind of like head down John. Like, whatever, bleep you, loudmouth. That kind of stuff that I assume is in every single practice. Draymond then approaches Jordan Poole, goes chest to chest. Jordan simply does the, dude, you're in my space with a little two-arm get off of me, but nothing that I would call aggressive. Draymond kind of looks at that punch for one blink and then fully launches his whole body into a right arm cross.
Straight right.
Straight to the jaw of Jordan Poole, knocking him back into the padding
Back
of the wall.
into the left.
And then he goes down to the ground, and Draymond goes in for more, and that's when the coaches and teammates get there to kind of separate.
Draymond was going for the two-piece, the classic two-piece, which is the right-left, but the right was so impactful that the left couldn't be delivered because Jordan Poole
was out of reach.
Was on the ground. Yeah. And the fact that nobody intervened when Draymond Green goes, and it's about a 15-foot stroll, and he doesn't charge at Jordan Poole. He just walks up to Jordan Poole, and to say chest to chest, I don't think really accurately describes how close he was. It was chest to chest, and it was jaws to jaw.
Yeah.
It was menacingly on top of Jordan Poole, and I don't know if you've ever had anyone in your face like that, but the only thing you can do is to two-hand push that person away.
Like,
it's a natural reaction.
Personal space rule, dude. Like,
exactly. Even pre-COVID.
Totally.
Seriously.
You're in my Kool-Aid right now.
Yeah.
So
I haven't been that
back
close
up.
to anyone since I was on BART in 2019.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable. And
very.
no masks, nothing. It was crazy. Anyway.